Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we are going to work with 6 amazing and surprising positions I found as I was training. During the video I will be saying the answers slowly, so you can pause the video, try to find the next move. It will be a very good exercise. So let's start. This is position number 1. It is white to move. White has only a knight and a pawn, and actually black is about to trade that pawn here. So white to move, and white is winning here. Try to focus and see you in some seconds. Okay, the right move in this position is knight g2. White is taking this pawn on h4, so black has to trade on g3, otherwise white will win the endgame, capturing here the pawn. So pawn takes pawn, and then white plays king g1. The idea is that now black doesn't have too many options. The only move is h5, and then white will play king h1. Black has to play now h4, blocking his own king, and then we have mate in 1. Knight f4. This is position number 2. It is white to move. White has a bishop and a knight up, but black has to pass pawns here on h and a files. So it seems very complicated to win as white here. They are losing this pawn on c4, and probably they will have to give the bishop for some passed pawn and then fight for a draw. That's what it seems. However, white is winning here. So pause the video and focus. The first move here will be king b7, attacking the pawn. If black loses this pawn on a6, it seems like they will lose the endgame because they have a knight and a bishop. They will be able to control the one on h, and they should get all the pawns and win the endgame if white takes this pawn. However, black can play a5, and then the right move will be king a6, a4, king a5, a3, and then we continue threatening the pawn, king a4. And after a2, well, this pawn seems that is going to be promoting. Also, the other one is there. But then we have this surprising move, king b3, still attacking the pawn on the a file. And here black has two options. They can promote to a queen, or they can promote to a knight with check. Those are the main options here. After a1 promoting to queen, white has mate in 1. That was the idea of the plan, bringing the king to b3, preparing a mate net, and the move will be knight e6, checkmate. If black had promoted to a knight, then we can play king c3, and this is an unstoppable mate net here. So after h2 there is mate in 1, knight e6. Position number 3. White to move. White is winning here. Black has 2 pawns up, but there are some problems there with the king, and black pieces are not very well placed over there. So there might be something. So white to move, white wins in this position. The first move will be f4. Black has 2 options. They can play king f5 or they can play king d5. But after king f5 we have a fork with the knight here on d4 getting the rook. So the only option actually will be king d5, and then we have a very strong move, this f5. The idea is to clear this square for the knight. Also there is a fork here, so black has to take the pawn, and then we can play knight f4, king e5 is the only option. And now we are not getting the rook, because then we will have an exchange up, but black will have 2 pawns as compensation. It's not enough to win usually. So the best move in that position will be rook d1, threatening checkmate here on d5. There is only one way to stop that mate by now, and it will be c6. But then white has checkmate in 3 moves by playing rook d5, rook sacrifice here, blocking the king with his own pieces, c takes, then knight d3, only move pawn takes, and now mate in 1, f4. And then we have this curious mate with only one pawn and all black pieces blocking the king. Position number 4. White plays, white wins. They have a pawn down, but they have a pawn here at the 6th rank that could be compensating something, and also black king is not very safe there right now with our king and knight and queen close or with possibilities of getting really close to the king. So white to move, white wins here. The first move will be queen h6. Black has to play king f7, and then we have this beautiful move, knight e5. The idea is that black cannot really capture the knight, because then there will be mate in 2 with queen g6, only move king f8, and then queen g8 mate. So after knight e5, black has to play king e6, and then white plays d7. Very strong, threatening promotion here, and if the queen goes somewhere, then also promotion here. Black can play here king e7, controlling d8 and e8, but we will see that white wins in this line. Another possibility was queen c8, but then king g8, and after some more check over g2, then king f8, and this is winning because the pawn will promote. So the checks won't work in this position, so we're going to focus on king e7. And then there is a fantastic move in this position for white. I really invite you to try to find it. The right move here for white is this queen sacrifice on f8. The king has to take the queen, and then we can play knight g6 check. The idea is that after king f7, white to move mate in 1. We have this under promotion d8 promoting to knight checkmate. Position number 5. Again, white has a pawn down, but a passed pawn here on the 7th rank as compensation. Also, black king is not very safe, and very important too is that white has the turn to play, which is really helpful in this kind of positions with the kings so exposed. So white to move, white wins here. Focus and work for some minutes. The first move here will be e8, promoting to queen. Black has to take, and then white plays queen f4. Black cannot go to e6 because then there would be a fork with the knight here on c7, getting the queen. So we are going to focus on the main line king g6. White plays here queen g4 check. Two options for black, king h7 and knight g5, but it's very clear that after king h7, white plays knight f6, getting black queen. So again we focus on knight g5, and here there is another fantastic move for white. The winning move is this surprising skewer queen h5, trying to get the queen. Of course our queen is hanging here, so black can take it, but then there is mate in 1, knight f4. Position number 6. White to move, white wins. They have a rook, a bishop, and a pawn for the queen, so it seems to be more or less balanced, the position, but black king is not very safe and there are some threats around. So white to move, white wins here. the first move will be this rook d8. Black has to go to g7, and then white plays h6. Only move for black will be king f6, and then a strong move for white pieces. This sacrifice rook d6. The idea is that we are getting the queen, so black has to take the queen, and then this beautiful move, bishop g5, the king has to go to e5, only move, and now this is keyword, bishop f4. Black plays here king f6, and then what do you play? Well, if you said bishop takes queen is a mistake, the right move here is e5. Excellent move. The idea is that after bishop takes queen, this is a stalemate. So e5 is the right move, and then we are getting the queen. After queen takes pawn, well, there is mate in one with bishop g5. And in this puzzle, exactly in this position, there is a lesson we need to remember. Even when you are winning a game, you need to avoid to rely. Remember, the game is over when your opponent resigns or when you finally give checkmate in the position. Out of that, you need to keep focus, because there might be some stalemate like here, or some mating one you're missing, or anything. So that's the lesson. Keep focus until the game is really over. So this is the video I wanted to show you today. I hope you have enjoyed it. If it was like that, give me many likes so I can know it, and of course I will continue then working on this line. Don't forget to subscribe, to share the video, and leave any comment if you want. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next.